Welcome to the online class, children. 20 lesson we are learning now in grammar, and two types I have already explained. The name of the chapter was forms of verbs. In that forms of verb, two types I have already explained. No? Irregular verbs type. So now third type I have to explain. Okay. Irregular verbs are divided into three types. First type, second type already over. Third type I have to explain. So in this third type, what is that? All three forms are different. All three forms are different. How it is? Just you see. Base form. These all three forms. No, base form, past tense. Past tense. Okay. Then past participle. Past participle. Okay. Now, in all these three forms here, all three forms verbs are different. How you can just example, you see begin, and here in past tense began. Now past participle begun. Okay, so you can just see all these three forms are different. Okay, all these three forms are different. One more example you can just see. Fly, base form, fly. Here, flew. This is past tense. Okay, now flow, F-L-O-W-N. So this is the past participle. So now you can see in this third type, irregular verbs are different in all the three forms: base form, past tense and past participle. All the three forms are different. Correct? Now, some verbs have special past participle form that can be used as adjectives. Okay. Now, base form, here you can see we can use the adjective. Here some verbs we can use as adjectives. Suppose here, base form, then usual past participle, Okay, now adjective, okay, past participle. Past participle. Okay. Now you see here, drink. Base form is drink. Then past participle, it will become drunk. Now adjective, drunken. Okay, like this. Suppose one more example, sing, sung. Here, sunken. Okay. Now, I think you have understood this chapter. This chapter is over. Now I will start lesson number 21. And the name of the chapter is the adverb. What's the name of the chapter? The adverb. Forms of the verb is over. Now you will learn the adverb. Okay. So, first of all, what do you mean by adverb? What is the definition of adverb? Adverb is a word that modifies the meaning of a verb. Adverb is a verb that modifies a meaning of a verb. Okay, suppose here the bus will arrive shortly. Short is a verb. When we modify, it will become shortly. Suppose The bus will arrive shortly. Okay. One more example. Suppose we worked silently. We worked silently. Okay. Now, what is here? In these sentences, the verb. What is the word here? Shortly, silently. Okay. Means this tells us about something more about verb. It tells us more about a verb. Okay. So here, suppose an adverb is a word that modifies the meaning of the verb. So here, short is a verb, but here it becomes shortly. So the modified form of the verb, okay, is called what? Adverb. The modified form of the verb is called what? Adverb. Okay. Now suppose such words are called adverbs. Okay. For example, please read silently. Example, please read silently. Silently. Okay. Now you can see just what is the verb here. This is adverb. This is also adverb. And what is the verb here? Arrive is the verb here. This is in this sentence. Arrive is verb. In this sentence, verb is a verb. And here, this silently and shortly is a adverb. It is a modified form of a verb. Understand? No? It is a modified form of a verb. Suppose please read silently. So read is what? Verb. Okay. Now here this is silently. This is adverb. This is adverb. Okay. So first read is verb and silently means adverb. Means please read silently. How we have to read? Silently. Okay. So this is what? Adverb. Okay. Now the adverb silently tell us the way of reading. Silently means how we have to read. What is the way of reading? The way of reading is silently. Okay. So this tells us about the what? About the way. Okay. How to read. The adverb silently tells us the way of reading. Okay. So what you have to do? First you have to write a definition. And what is the definition? An adverb is a word. This definition you have to write, and you have to write one example of with it. Okay. Suppose here, what is the definition of adverb? An adverb is a word. An adverb is a word that modifies the meaning of a verb. That modifies the meaning of a verb. So this is the definition of adverb. So this definition you have to write. Okay, this is the definition of adverb. Okay. This definition you have to write in your fair copy. So what? An adverb is a word that modifies the meaning of a verb. Okay. Now, kinds of adverb. Kinds of adverb. First, adverb of manner. Kinds of adverb. We will learn kinds of adverb. So, first one, adverb of manner. Adverb of manner. Okay. Adverb of manner. Here it means that, suppose some example I will show you, then you will understand. These girls walk slowly. these girls walk slowly. Okay, so here adverb is what? Slowly. Okay, so this tells us about what? Adverb of manner. They clearly describe how the actions are done. How? What is the way of doing the action? How the actions are done. How to do the action. Okay, suppose these girls walk. How these girls are walking? These girls walk slowly. How they are walking? Slowly they are walking. So the manner it tells us. It tells us about the manner. So that's why one of the kinds of adverb. This is adverb of manner, and this is an example of the adverb of manner. Understand? Now, understood? No. Suppose she speaks quietly. She speaks quietly. She speaks quietly. How she speaks? Quietly. The way is what? The manner is quietly. So this is the adverb of manner. Okay. Now, next one. Now adverb of time. Adverb of manner is over. Now adverb of time. Second kind is adverb of time. Okay. So what is here? Suppose we must get up early. We must get up early. Okay, early. It tells us about the time when we have to get up. Early we have to get up. Okay. So this tells us about when the action happens. At what time the action happens. Okay. So suppose one more example. The day we came is there. That day. That day he came in late. So this is late. This is also what? Adverb of time, because it is telling you about the time. At what time the action takes place. So that's why it is called adverb of time. Clear? Now, next kind. Next kind is what? Adverb of place. Adverb of place. In this what? One example, if you see, it is clear. Suppose go there. Go there. Okay. Go there. Here there is adverb of place. Okay. Now, suppose one more example. The bus comes here. The bus comes here. So this is also one example of adverb of what? Place. Okay. There, here. This tells us about a place where the action takes place. Where? Not at what time. When it tells us about a time, it is adverb of time. But here it tells us about a place. Where, in which place action takes place. Okay. It tells us about a place. No. Where the action happens. Okay. Place means where the action happens. Understood? Now, next adverb of frequency. Next one, adverb of frequency. That is fourth one. No? Which kind? Fourth one. Adverb of frequency. Okay, adverb of frequency. So what is here in the adverb of frequency? Suppose example I will give you to understand. He always tells a lie. Okay, she rarely meets rarely. This is the adverb of frequency. How is the adverb of frequency? Adverb of frequency means in this it tells us how often someone does something or how often something takes place. How often someone does something and how often something takes place. So it tells us about adverb of frequency. Suppose he always tells a lie. Always. Okay. This is the adverb of frequency. She rarely meets me. Not regular. She rarely meets me. So it tells us about something, how often something takes place. And okay, not regular, sometimes not regular, sometimes irregular, sometimes regular. How often something takes place, it tells us. What? Adverb of frequency. Clear? I think this chapter is also over. Now what we have learned in this chapter, in lesson number 21, adverb first definition we have learned. Okay, and the definition, an adverb is a word that modifies the meaning of a word. This is the definition you have to write. And how many kinds of the adverb we have down here? 4 kinds of adverb. What are they? Adverb of manner, adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of frequency. This all 4 kinds just now we have learned with the example. So you have to write the example. All that 4 kinds you have to write. How many kinds are there? And you have to write the example of each kind. So it is easy for you to identify which kind of adverb it is. Okay, hope you have understood this chapter. Please complete the PDF when I will send you in your copy. Okay, please complete all that chapters. Okay, in your copy, definitions with the examples. Okay, thank you.